Welcome back, gardeners. Do you live somewhere that freezes? Do you have a greenhouse? If so, there's a chance you've wondered about whether you should be using candle heaters in your greenhouse to heat your greenhouse without, hauling out a big giant propane tank or connecting it to electricity or something. So today we're going to answer the question, do they work? Spoiler, the answer is yes, but it's also no. But the good news is I've got a technology you can put even less effort into that yields even more heating energy to a greenhouse without any grid connection. And I'm going to talk about that in this video as well. When we're dealing with heat, we're talking about thermodynamics, which is just the study of how heat moves around. Without thermodynamics, we wouldn't have trains or cars or airplanes or home heating systems. So it's kind of a big deal. And within the realm of thermodynamics, we're just asking a few questions. Does the candle heat the greenhouse? The answer is an unqualified yes. Candle is fire. Fire is hot. Any hot you put in your greenhouse is gonna hot your greenhouse. But does the candle heater increase the heat from the candle? Absolutely not. The things that the candle heater is made of are not on fire. They are not making the hot. Only the candle is making the hot. If only the candle is making the hot, then the hot is only the hot from the candle. So the greenhouse that hots is only candle hotting, not candle heater hotting. All right, but does the candle heater put out more heat than the greenhouse loses? In most climates, during the times when you actually need to heat your greenhouse, when things are dropping below freezing, which is where it really starts to hurt most plants, a candle heater is not going to kick out the BTUs necessary to more than equal the BTUs you're losing just through your greenhouse skin. It's just not enough. But there are a whole bunch of variables. So if your experience is different, well, you got some of those variables different. So when you burn a candle, the heat from combustion is carried up away from the candle by rising currents of hot air, because hot air is lighter than cold air. So typically, if you've got a naked flame in your greenhouse, it's just going straight up to your greenhouse roof, and it's probably going to heat a circle of your greenhouse roof. And then because greenhouses are generally made of materials that are poor insulators, that part of your greenhouse roof is just going to radiate the heat out into the atmosphere, and it's not going to do much at all. So candle heaters are going to seem more satisfying because what's going on there is that the candles are heating up a thermal mass. They've got this big pot on top of them that sucks up some of that heat. And instead of radiating it straight up, it's going to radiate it in a few different directions. And because of that, when the candle does go out, the heat's going to linger a little bit longer. And then also, because it's not just shooting straight up, it is going to warm more things in your greenhouse that you want it to warm. So it seems pretty awesome compared to a naked flame. And I'm not going to debate that. It's just true. The average candle emits somewhere from 80 to 100 British thermal units. And I'm going to say that's BTUs, and I'm going to claim that candles emit 90 BTUs because I'm lazy and I don't want to use that whole name and I don't want to use a temperature range. So it's just 90 BTUs now per candle, with exceptions, but deal with it. So if you've got a candle heater like the one I'm showing you from Amazon, you've got the 8 tea candles, and each of them is emitting 90 BTUs for a total of 720 BTUs per hour. They do make tea candles that can go for like 8 hours, so it's pretty decent. You're getting 720 BTUs per hour for 8 hours, and that seems like it must be enough for something, right? Well, when temperatures are freezing, it can take a lot of BTUs to heat a greenhouse, like 10,000 BTUs, which is more than 10 times as many BTUs as we're getting from a multi-candle heater. Now, if I were to use 8 candle heaters just 8 hours a night, every night that there's freezing, despite the fact that you can get tea candles for like 20 cents each, or sometimes even less, I'd still be counting on spending in my climate between $1,000 and $1,500 per year just on the little dinky tea candles, not replacing the pots that shatter from uneven heating or all of the other stuff that can go wrong. Just for the candles, it's up to $1,500 per year. But the ambiance would be amazing. A beautiful, fragile minefield of flammability. So aside from running electricity to our greenhouse to power an electric greenhouse heater, what else can we do? Well, what if I told you I've already created a greenhouse heating system that can kick out 330,000 BTUs and does not require any fuel or electricity to run? What? What if I told you you've already been seeing that amazing heating system in some of my videos? You don't need candles to heat a greenhouse. You just need water. Lots and lots of water. In order to freeze 1 gallon of water, it is necessary to remove 1,200 BTUs of energy from that water, just to get it to go from liquid to state to solid state. It's got to lose that energy. So if your water is already freezing cold, just to get it to turn to ice is going to take 1,200 BTUs, which is almost twice as many BTUs as you get out of that Amazon brand tea candle heater for 1 gallon. This much. I have 275 gallons of water in my greenhouse. Multiply 1,200 by 275 and you've got 330,000 BTUs. And that's just if these were ice cold, and they're not, and they froze, that's what they'd release. They are also releasing heat as they cool from hotter than ice cold to closer to ice cold. The temperature in my greenhouse does drop below freezing at night. I'm not going to pretend that all you need to maintain tropical temperatures in a greenhouse are barrels of water, because that would be a lie. But it'd also be a lie to make you think for a second that you're going to get that out of candle heaters either. But when temperatures outside are below freezing, the temperature in my greenhouse is usually about 10 degrees higher, and it stays there all night long. And that means that I could get the difference between a killing frost outside and just a very uncomfortable night inside from the heat given off by these barrels of water. So let me know down in the comments if you think I've gotten anything wrong. It's a little bit of science in this content, and I may be a biologist, but I'm certainly not a physicist, so I could have screwed up. Do the like thing and the subscribe thing and all those other things that YouTubers ask you to do at the end of the video. As always, thank you for joining me here in my garden. I hope you have a wonderful time in your own.